Are you considering moving to Denver? Well, in this video, I'm going to be talking about 31 reasons to move to Denver, Colorado. So stay tuned. Hey everybody, my name is Landon. I am an associate broker, a realtor, and the marketing manager for Estate, which is a real estate brokerage located in Colorado. We service the whole greater Denver and greater Colorado Springs areas. So if you have any real estate needs, just let me know, comment below, visit our website, modestateteam.com, and you'll be able to find all the resources you need. This video I'm very excited about, 31 reasons. That's a lot of reasons to move to Denver, Colorado. Maybe you're kind of on the fence. Maybe you're trying to feel it out and see if living in Denver would really be a good fit for you or not. But let's go ahead and jump right into the video. The reasons that you should move and relocate to Denver. Our first reason of moving to Denver is actually going to be for the incredible places to live here. There's great neighborhoods and great communities in Denver, no matter what your lifestyle or budget is. You can find very affordable homes, townhomes, condos, and you can also find extremely luxurious living here in Denver as well. Homes that sell for multi-millions. So, modern homes that were built in the 1800s, whatever you're looking for, I promise you, you can find it here. And not only the home, but the community, the neighborhood that it's in is going to be fantastic. You're going to love it. Tons of great places to live in this city. And I actually have just made a video about the top 35 neighborhoods in Denver. I'll post a link in the description of this video as well if you want to check that out. There are great job opportunities. I talked about in my pros and cons video that the business here is thriving. It's a great place to start a business. It's a great place to whatever industry you're in, there's a lot of good opportunities, a lot of good jobs, high-paying jobs here in Denver. Our third reason to move to Denver, Colorado is for the peaceful, scenic lifestyle. Now, the Rocky Mountains are very close. It provides amazing scenery. There's some lakes and parks like this one. This is Sloan's Lake that just provide just a great little touch of beauty to Denver. You can just see here people are enjoying the day. It's peaceful. Just fantastic. It's a great reason to move to Denver. Fourth reason to move to Denver is for the weather. I talked about in the pros and cons video, there are 4 distinct seasons here. So you'll get a little touch of spring, a little touch of fall, you'll get a great summer, and a really nice winter here in Denver. So the weather here is good. Not only do you get 4 distinct seasons, but you also get moderate seasons, moderate climate. The weather's not super harsh like it is in other states. The summer, not nearly as hot as it can be in other areas in the US as well. So the weather here is fantastic. Number 5, sports. If you love following a sports team, you love getting into it, Denver has a lot of great sports teams and sports to follow. There's a professional football team, a professional lacrosse team, a professional baseball team, soccer, pretty much hockey, any sport, basketball that you could be interested in. Denver has a team that represents you. So it's a fantastic place with sports. A lot of states out here out west don't have sports teams at all, or don't have a sports team for all of the major sports. Denver does. That's a great reason to live here, is that you'll have a bandwagon to hop right on. Number 6, schools, and the overall education here is really good. This is a really important reason, especially for families and people who have students, to move to Denver. Elementary through high school, there's great colleges, universities, community colleges. The education here in Denver is solid. Parts of Denver feed into the Cherry Creek School District, or have the option to. That's a great school district. Denver County is also fantastic. Like I said, lots of good schools here for students. So that's a great reason if you have a family. Venues and concerts. I don't know if you're all about the concerts and the venues, but there are fantastic concerts and places for concerts here in Denver or near the Denver area. Red Rocks is probably the most famous one in Colorado, and it's just 20, 25, 30-minute drive from Denver. So there are great concerts and great venues for them here, not only in Denver. I just went to one in downtown Denver last week, a Justin Bieber concert. Whoop, heck yeah, I did. But there's great places near Denver as well. The 8th reason to move to Denver is for its downtown. There's a beautiful downtown area, great places to live there, great shopping, great local and luxurious restaurants, great downtown area. I love going to downtown Denver. It's so fun. If you're into beer and breweries and pubs, Denver is one of the beer capitals in the US. I personally don't drink, but if you do, that could be definitely a motivating factor to relocate here. Number 10, friendly people. I mean, I don't know if you've been watching the people behind me, but there are tons of just nice people just chatting, very peaceful. The communities are full of just really nice people that want to get to know you, want to be your friend. And Denver, I think, like New York, for example, has the reputation of having people that don't want to talk to you, that don't want to give you the time of day, that won't even look at you if you walk past them. Denver's not that way. People are nice, they want to shake your hand, they want to get to know you. Colorado in general, but Denver especially, is full of friendly people. Number 11, one of the best reasons to move to Denver, especially if you love the outdoors, is for the Rocky Mountains. Rocky Mountains are takes probably about 25-30 minutes to get to them from Denver, so it's not in Denver, but Denver's close to them. It's great for weekend getaways, just beautiful. And not only that, but even if you don't even care to go to the Rocky Mountains ever, you get great views of them throughout all of Denver. I can see them right now, just the silhouette of the Rocky Mountains, just right in front of me. Through this tree, so I'm not going to show it to you, but and there's also a Taco Bell kind of blocking it, so not the best view, but you can see them from most of Denver. They provide fantastic sunsets, fantastic views. Rocky Mountains are great. Now, maybe you're not looking to own a home, but you're looking for a rental, you prefer the renting side of things, no problem. Denver has pretty affordable rentals compared to other states and other places in the US, so definitely a good reason to live here if renting is your priority. Number 13 reason to move to Denver, Colorado is because of the traffic. Now, this is kind of a funny way that I phrased it. The traffic here is actually not as bad. Maybe you're coming from California, or maybe you're coming from New York or Chicago. Traffic there can be actually awful. So the traffic here in Denver, it's bad. It can get pretty bad. There can be a lot of road construction that really slows things down, but for the most part, the traffic here is nowhere near as bad as it is in other cities. Number 14, there's a lot of good recreational activities in Denver, good rec centers, just good activities and things to do in general throughout the city and near the city. So definitely a good thing if you like going to rec centers or gyms or things like that. Recreational areas and parks like I'm at right now. Denver is full of them. Lots of great things to do here. Number 15, Denver is a very active and healthy city. Very healthy. It's actually ranked in one of the healthiest cities in the United States. People like being outdoors. They like being active and physical and being healthy. So definitely a great motivating factor to live here. Number 16, there's great cultural diversity here in Denver. You'll find people from all over the world, all sorts of backgrounds, nationalities, races. It's fantastic. I actually love that aspect of it. I lived outside of the country for a while, so other cultures and things like that, it's a big part of my life and really important to me. And I think that's really cool that Denver has all sorts of people from all walks of life living here. So great way to get to know people in other cultures is to live in Denver. Number 17, going along with that cultural diversity, is the diverse food scene that you get here in Denver. There's lots of, for example, Ethiopian restaurants, Hispanic restaurants, local and authentic restaurants with diverse food that you're not used to trying, you're not used to having or seeing. That will be provided to you here in Denver. A lot of different options in that regard. So a lot of people really do enjoy that. Denver is also a very artful city. A lot of artists live here. A lot of people really care about the art culture, being artistic. Lots of different museums and art. I don't know if you call it a venue, but it's a great place for artists, or if you just appreciate and want to dive a little bit deeper into art and see other people's creations. Lots of different statues and monuments and things that were made by artists scattered throughout the city. So there's a little touch of art throughout Denver that a lot of people appreciate. Number 19, if you're into casinos, there's none in Denver, but there are some nearby. So, gambling and things like that, or just going out for fun with friends and family or whatever, casinos are around the corner. Number 20, one of my favorites, Elitch Gardens. They actually might be rebranding. So if you watch this video and it's not called Elitch Gardens anymore, just disregard that. But theme parks, there's a great theme park in the middle of Denver that is absolutely fantastic. I love it. Grew up going there as a kid, I should say. So it's great. 21, related to that, is Waterworld, another theme park that is near Denver, just a little bit farther away than Elitch's. And that one is focused, it used to be, I don't know if it still is, but the biggest water park west of the Mississippi. So fantastic. The Denver Zoo is absolutely phenomenal. Lots of different animals and things to explore for your kids or for yourself. I love going there. The Denver Zoo is great. Another reason, kind of going back to the weather idea that I talked about earlier, is that there's ever-changing weather here in Denver. So, for example, Denver sees around 300 sunny days on average a year out of 365. That's actually more sunny days than the state of Florida sees. So a lot of people really like the fact that in the winter, it might have a blizzard, but that same day, that afternoon, the sun comes out and starts to melt all the snow away. So the weather changes on a dime here in Denver, which a lot of people like, because if it's not favorable weather, not what you prefer, just wait an hour or two and it's probably going to calm down and become something that you like. Changes a lot. State parks, there's a lot of state parks near Denver, like Chatfield State Park, Cherry Creek State Park, Roxborough State Park, great state parks in the Rocky Mountains too. So Denver is located in the center of the state, so it's really easy to get to some of the best state parks in Colorado that aren't that far away from Denver at all. The Denver International Airport is a huge reason to move to Denver, especially if you like to travel or if you need to travel a lot for work. DIA, for short, is one of the biggest and most used airports in the world. In fact, I believe it's in the top 10 last I checked. Located very much in the center of the US, so a lot of people tend to have layovers in Denver, but it also makes it very nice for you to have less layovers because you're located in the center. A lot of flights go out from Denver, so it's a really good airport that is located very close by. For our 26th reason to move to Denver, it's like I've mentioned earlier in this video, it's a centralized city. It's located in the center of Colorado, more or less. So that makes it really easy to get to really anywhere you need to go. Anywhere you need to go, any other suburb or city, or to the Rocky Mountains, or wherever you're going, even getting to Colorado Springs, it's not that far. So people really like the fact that Denver is a very centralized city in the state. Denver also has a lot of rich history. If you're just driving through Denver, you'll find a lot of homes that were built in the 1800s, buildings that are very old and vintage and have a lot of history to them. So if you're looking for a city to live in that has a good little slice, a good touch of history to it, Denver could be a great option for you. Biking, it's a very biking-friendly city. There's a lot of bike lanes throughout a lot of the roads. So if biking to work or biking just as a hobby is important to you, it's a great place to do it. For our 29th reason to live in Denver, Colorado, we're going to talk about 16th Street Mall. Now, downtown Denver, 16th Street runs right through downtown Denver, and the whole 16th Street has a fantastic mall. There's tons of awesome shops, restaurants. It's beautiful. There's a little trolley, I guess you could call it, that goes back and forth so you can get around really easily. 16th Street is one of the highlights of downtown Denver. It's beautiful and a lot of fun things to do there. Number 30, the Denver Mint. If you ever want to see how money is made, how coins are made, the Denver Mint is a great experience, really cool for kids and for adults alike to go and just see how currency is formed and made at the Denver Mint. And for our last reason to move to Denver, Colorado, is for the museums here. One of the biggest ones is the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. That's got everything and anything you could ever want to learn about. It's fantastic. We did a night at the museum in 5th grade where we stayed the night there, but a great museum and lots of other museums scattered throughout the city that kind of adds to that kind of culture and the art that I talked about of the city. Denver, fantastic place to live. There are many more reasons to live in Denver, so comment below if there's any that I might have missed. And also let me know in the comments which reason you thought was the most informational for you. I'd love to know that. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it provided you with some value. And I hope it maybe convinced you to move here. It's a great place to live, great city. I've got more guides, more resources on the website. Check out modestateteen.com to get the full breakdown of each one of these and to see other reasons to move to other cities in Colorado and the Denver metro area. Again, my name is Landon, the marketing manager and a realtor for Mod Estate. Subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more content headed your way. Thanks for joining.